Hey, what's going on, Rudder Nation? This is Jerry, and I'm bringing to you another episode or mini episode called Jerry Short. It's an offshoot of Beyond the Rut, so it's that mini episode that'll get you through the weekend into the new week. And this time around, I want to talk about goals because I came across an interview on another podcast, and the guest actually had said, "This is why your goals for your podcast don't work." And it was kind of knocking the whole idea of goals at first, very clickbaity type of title, but it got me. It made me look, and I'm like, wait, goals work. You just got to create them correctly. And so there are two types of goals you really need to have in the umbrella of one goal. So you have what they call outcome based goals, and that's the outcome you want to have. It could be, I want to earn a certain amount of salary per year. It could be, I want to become a nurse by a certain year. It could be, I want a promotion to vice president, or I want to run for office. Since I'm talking about presidencies type of thing. So those are all outcome based goals. They're things you want to have in your life, but you really don't have control of making that specific thing happen. What you do have control over are your actions. And so you need to have activity based goals as well. And if you look at the New Year resolution worksheet that I put together at the start of the year, that is available to you for free if you go to beyondtherut.com/new year. I'm just going to leave that up all year long and see if anybody else likes it, because you can always draw a line in the sand and say now is a new year. So if that's the case for you, great, go for it. So activity based goals support your outcome based goals. So if we want to say, for example, I want to be debt free by the end of the year, then that's your outcome based goal, debt free. Now, how do you get there? Well, there are certain things you need to do. So your activity-based goals could be things like every 2 weeks when I get a paycheck, I am going to put X percentage of my paycheck into savings so that I don't use the credit card anymore when another emergency comes up. Another activity-based goal would be every 2 weeks, I'm going to set aside this amount, say $300 extra, to pay down that first credit card debt in the next 3 months. So that's something you can control. Every 2 weeks, you're going to pay extra $300 towards a credit card debt. Then that's removed, and you start doing the debt snowball. That becomes another activity-based goal. So then the next debt I'll eradicate is credit card number 2, or the gas card, or my student loan, whatever it is. I am now going to pay an extra $350 to $400 towards that debt. And so by the end of the year, I will have eradicated this debt and this one. I didn't quite become debt free. However, I am that much closer. Now, during the year, some emergencies popped up. Because I was setting aside an emergency fund, I was able to use that as opposed to credit, and I was moving forward in the game. So that is an example of activity-based goals, and it leads towards your outcome-based goal of to be debt-free. So for those of us who are podcasters, maybe you want to be in the top 1% of listennotes.com, that directory that shows you almost everybody. And if you're in the top 10%, you're ranked, that good thing. Well, that's something that you and I have no control over as podcasters. What we do have control over is things like, how many episodes am I going to publish in the year? And how many shows will I be a guest on to help promote my show while sharing my message in a way that helps the audiences of these other shows? So what can I do to bring value to other shows and help drive listenership to my own show? So activity-based goals would be number of shows I'm going to be a guest on, and how many episodes I'm going to publish on my own. And maybe we'll throw in improving SEO of my website. These sound like real goals of mine, right? Because they kind of are. So those are the things I can control and I can do. And if I do those things consistently, I should see the needle move on the outcome-based goal of being in the top 1% of podcasts on Listen Notes. There's a lot of reasons I love that, not just a vanity thing. It has a lot of other connotations to it. So there you have it. Your goals can work for you. You just need to have two types of goals simultaneously. You have to have your outcome-based goal. This is what I want to achieve by a certain date, and these are the means I'll get there. And then activity-based goals are these are the activities I'm going to do and the things I will measure to help me measure my progress, because you'll find a correlation that I did these things, I did them right, and I saw the needle move in the direction I wanted, or I did not do these things, and therefore I did not see the needle move the way I wanted, or maybe it's the third thing. I did these things and I still didn't see the needle move. I need to reevaluate the activities. So you got to measure it to make it. You got to have these two types of goals. I talk about it in that New Year resolution worksheet that I mentioned, beyondtherut.com/New Year. But if you want to go all in, actually, yeah, just start there. If you haven't written your goals down ever, or it's been a long time since you have, start with that sheet. It'll help kind of break it down for you. It'll say, what's your New Year's resolution? That'll be your goal. Write it in smart format. It'll ask you, what's your why? Why do you want to do it? And then it'll break down and start asking you your activity-based goals. So what are you going to do every single week to get to that goal? And what are you going to measure every single month to know that you're working to get towards that goal? So there you have it. This has been another Jerry Short as part of Beyond the Rut podcast. You can find the show notes for this one at beyondtherut.com/JS007. Or is it 6? Oh boy. I might have screwed up on my other two. Well, too late for that. I'm not re-recording. I'll just put like a little something up. Yeah, one will get you to the other. Anyway, guys, go live life beyond the rut. Take care.